This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Ember Overland series. The model number is 171FB. So this is a high-tech kind of trailer here, in the sense it's got several solar panels. I think it has 3 or 4. I didn't prep it, but I know there's more than one up there. So I'll just talk you through some of this. You're still going to have to look through the manuals to get all the detailed information, but we'll go over what we can here. So you have regular stabilizers, scissor type, takes a 3/4 inch crank. Then you have these wheel chocks right here that are built in, and basically you can see this piece will just move up against the tire. Okay, you have to pull that out, but it really locks them in tight in case you're out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, this is the quick connect for the LP system. The reason you use that is because you have a griddle here. You push these down and you pull it out. There's a rubber LP hose. You have to plug it into this quick connect in order to get gas to the appliance. Okay, you also have a refrigerator on the outside. Okay, this is a quick connect for a sprayer for water. And let's see, I think you have a sprayer over here. Yes, and this is it right here. There'll probably be a spot on the other side to plug it into also. This is your 3/4 inch crank. You can also use a 3/4 inch 6-point socket on a drill to operate the stabilizers if you choose to. Okay. You have this is your basically your battery monitor here, and then this one here, it handles charging, and it also the inversion, right? If you're inverting from 12 volt DC to 110 AC, it'll tell you what's happening with that, and I think you could turn the inverter on and off with that right there also. But this inverts power, meaning it has 2 lithium batteries, right? 2 12 volt lithium batteries, and it has got a huge inverter, so it'll take the 12 volt DC from the batteries and invert it to 110 AC. Okay, send it to the outlet. So it's really good, really powerful inverter and powerful batteries. Also, you have a converter, which I'll show you also, that does the opposite. It goes from AC to DC power. Okay, so we'll talk about that when we get inside. Your LP tanks are behind here. You have this new style tongue jack right here, and the switch to control it is right here. This is just storage. In the models without the lithium batteries, which are under the bed, you can or the batteries would normally be out here, so you can use it for storage now. Okay, you also have these lights, which are prepped for cameras. If you wanted to get it's a Furrion kit. So if you want to get the Furrion kit, which consists of 2 of these, one for each side of the trailer, the monitor that goes in your tow vehicle, and then a backup camera that goes in this housing here. It's pre-wired, obviously, for all that. If you wanted to get just a backup camera, you could do that too, if you're interested. That's something that's an option, of course, but they have it pre-wired, so it makes it much easier. This is the kill switch for your batteries right here. This is in case you want to add a tire monitor right there. Your tanks, your freshwater, your gray, and your black tanks are heated, so you can turn them on here to extend your camping season. If it starts getting cold, you turn them on so it doesn't freeze. Your tanks don't freeze, of course. This is the bypass for your water heater. Now your water heater is a Truma, which is an interesting setup. It's usually used. The first time I ever saw it was on Airstreams, but now you're starting to see it on some of the better, other brands of trailers, the more ecologically, whatever you want to say there. It's just a nicer unit. Basically, normally you're going to have it in this position. When you bypass it, you put it in that position. The reason you want to bypass it is when you winterize the trailer, you don't want to get antifreeze in there. So it just bypasses the water heater, so you can put antifreeze in the whole system without putting it in the water heater. Okay, so that makes it simple. This is another place for your sprayer to hook up. These 2 valves here, green and blue. Right now you can see they're they're set up for city water, if you look at this picture here. And it's also in the winterized mode also. So to winterize, you would still have it in this mode, but you would just change it to bypass, and then, okay. Anyways, if you're dry camping, that meaning you're pumping water out of the fresh water tank because you're boondocking or somewhere that does not have city water, it would go in this position, right? But to fill the fresh water tank before you left or went to your, somewhere on the way to your destination, you would put it in this position, and it'll fill your fresh water tank, okay? Then of course you change it over to this, and then use the onboard pump. There's a switch there, there's also one inside, to pump the water out of the tank. So you have I think 5 different pictures here of the different configurations. Of course, your city water connection is right here. You would use this, you'd hook your hose on here for city water. You would use it to fill your fresh water tank, right? Depending on what the configuration of these valves. And then this is for sanitizing, which is just running a chemical through to clean the lines in the tank, that sort of thing. And winterizing. So you would put a hose here for winterizing, and it's a garden hose fitting, so you'd make something up. You just go to Lowe's, whatever, Home Depot, and you'd get the fitting to screw on there and enough line to go down into a tank of, a gallon of RV antifreeze. Then you turn on the pump and you'll draw it through the system. Of course, you bypass first, right? So that's what that's for. And then these are just cable and satellite in. Okay, very simple. This is just in case you wanted to purchase a kit that would consist of a portable solar panel that would just charge your batteries. You could plug it in right there. Okay. All right, and of course your valves, your dump valves. All right, so your slide out, just so you know, it's commonly referred to as a Schwintek, even though it's been bought out by Lippert, and I think they have their own name for it now, but people still refer to it as a Schwintek, so they'll know what you're talking about. Whoever you're talking to, you have a 30 amp, 30-foot cord, shore cord, and we give you a little reducer to reduce it down to 20 amp plug, so you can plug it in at home or wherever if you need to. Of course, that's where your dump hose goes. The dump hose is in the front compartment. I don't know if I pointed it out. I don't think I did. Okay. So, while we're looking up here, you want to inspect your roof every 90 days. Some people say 60 days, but you want to inspect it a few times this summer. Just look for cracking or separation at any of the caulking. Your odds are you'll go up there for years and not see anything, but you're just inspecting it to make sure. And then you're also going to look for damage to the roof attachments or the roofing material that could be caused by low branches or road debris flying up there. You're just protecting your investment, so that should be part of your regular maintenance, inspecting the roof. Also, this is just it's got a hookup for it. You could purchase, I think it comes with, let me look in here before I say purchase. Oh yeah, so it comes with a ladder, it looks like. It's a Lippert ladder that'll attach on there, so you can access the roof real easily. Make sure you inspect your roof. Most people who own trailers do not inspect their roof enough. So, okay, so also you have a power awning with LED strip, of course. This is the vent for your range hood. If you're going to be venting to the outside, you can reach up. There's two thumb holes there. You can see you can pop the baffle loose so it flaps freely. So if you're using the fan in the vent hood, to vent to the outside, you want to pop the baffle loose so it flaps freely, okay? When you're traveling or in storage, you can just snap it shut like it is now. Okay? All right. Okay, so let's look inside. Refrigerator, obviously, that's pretty self-explanatory. GFCI here. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through this GFCI, right? So even the one on the outside, if you're using it outside to pops, you're going to reset it here. So they're all protected by that. These are your keys hanging here, of course. You have your control panel. Your awning would be here. Extend, oops, like so, and retract. Never leave it out unattended. You have all your lights here, ceiling and awning. Oh, now I have the awning lights on. You can see them there, I think. Okay. To connect, this is to connect to with the app, okay? Because a lot of these devices have apps you can use with them, and of course You can check all your levels here. Right now your tanks are all empty and your battery is charged, okay, which is what you want. Your water pump, I told you you can pump water out of your fresh water tank if you're boondocking and you don't have city water. You turn it on right here. That's also used to winterize the trailer. We talked about that a little bit, okay. This is a dimmer here. Okay, and this is your Thru system here. So you're gonna have to read the directions, like I said, but you can go through the systems, heating the water, and basically you turn the knob to select here, or to select it, and then you'd push the button, obviously. The first thing you do when you get it home is set the clock and go from there, okay? There's a timer there. Whoops, we're back now, and that's the clock right there. So you'd set the clock to start off with. You can go back, obviously, that way. Okay? So, another thing here, this is the solar controller here. This tells you what's happening with your solar. So you have to read up on that. There are several, or a few pages anyway, that you can scroll through. So make sure you do that. There's also, let me see here. I'm trying to see if the TV is on a swing out bracket or what. Sorry about my excuse me. Sorry about my camera work. Yeah, right here. How does this work? Oh boy, doubles as an IQ test here. There we go. So you have storage behind here. Let me feel back here. You can't see it very well. Maybe you can see it glowing on my finger there, right? There's a green LED and there's a black button next to it. You can shut it on or off. You always want it on. That's the digital antenna, the digital booster. You want it on or you won't get a good picture. It'll lock up and all kinds of digital noise, that sort of thing. This TV is also a 12 volt and a 110 AC refrigerator. So this is a 12 volt plug here. So it runs on DC power, which is cool. Okay. Behind here, that's what I was starting to tell you. Let's do this first. I don't have my flashlight in my pocket, but back there you can see it flashing back there. That's part of your solar controller system. Okay. Of course your remote is here. You don't have to purchase the tire monitor. It's actually right here. Okay. It'll tell you the temperature of the hubs and the pressure of the tires, basically. So under here, let's get this up. He's got it screwed down right now. Of course, with one screw, I see it. 2 screws. All the screws everything takes a number 2 square-headed screw, so you need a number 2 square-headed bit for your drill. If you remove this panel, underneath is going to be your 2 lithium batteries, right? Plus your inverters there also. So that's how you access it. Once you're traveling and I'm sure the legal department probably has them screw that shut when they manufacture the trailer and sold it, but you don't have to screw that down. You could leave it open. I would just put a couple pieces of Velcro and a tab on it so you can pull it loose if you want. But that's how you access your lithium batteries and your inverter. You can look at that when you pick up if you want to. Okay, let's see what else we have here. The table is right here in the mount. It mounts right there. This also jackknifes flat. Yeah, it's a jackknife sofa, so it turns into a bed. This is your telescoping Lippert ladder that I was talking about right here. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood. Remember I said if you're running the fan, open the baffle on the outside so it vents to the outside. You have 2 burners here. I don't know what type we have here. Let's look here. Yeah, these you're just going to have to light with a lighter. Very basic. All your literature is in here. Also, don't hesitate to use manufacturers' videos, product videos too. Those can be really good. Okay, let's see here. The air conditioner, the controller the controls are right on the unit. Okay, so this fan is a really nice. It's 3-speed, I believe, 3-speed fan. So it works really good. Another thing, you obviously use it to vent the bathroom, but on those days where the weather's changing, it's getting kind of cool outside, and you can get condensation from your breath, and you got a bunch of people over sitting around doing what you're doing, If you start to see any issues with condensation, turn that on low, and it'll pull everything right out. You'll never have an issue with it. So, okay. The shower. Try to do this one-handed here. Oh, it's just easier said than done. Okay. All right. So this has a water miser on it. A shower miser, it's called. That's this right here. What this is a water recirculator. So it just sends the water around in a loop while you're heating it up. So you don't waste water. If you're in a drought area, you don't want to waste water. Plus, you don't want to waste storage in your gray tank. So you don't want to just send good water down the drain for no reason. So the idea is, like I said, it cycles it from here through the water heater, the water pump, and back and around, right, in a circle. So you put it in this position, and you turn on the hot water, and while it heats up, it'll just be circulating, so you're not wasting any water. Then this will change color. It'll turn a kind of brownish beige color. It'll be a dramatic change. You'll be able to tell. Once it does that, it's telling you your water's hot. Then you put it into regular position, and you have a shower. But you've heated up the water without wasting any good water and without sending good water down the drain and wasting storage space. So that's the shower miser. Okay, works really well. Okay, let's see what else we have here. All the usual things. I'm sure this is a medicine chest, yes. Okay, the toilet is an RV toilet, so it sits right over the black tank. The bottom line is you can't use it dry. By dry, I'm talking about without chemical or water in the black tank below. If you use it dry, the smell will be super terrible, plus it can get clogged up. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, you'll come in here, you'll put a dose of chemical in the bowl, you'll stand on the flush pedal right here, and water will just swirl down into the tank below. You step on it to put at least a gallon of water in it. You can use more, but don't use less. So you figure at least a gallon of water plus your chemical, and then it's ready to be used. Let's say you were going to stay at the campground for another week, but you had to dump your tank. So you dump your tank, and then because you're going to stay another week, you'd repeat the procedure. Chemical and water, and you just never use it with a dry black tank, ever. If you do, you'll only do it once. Let's put it that way. Okay. I think we've covered, this is the power converter. This is what I told you. This is the opposite of the inverter. This takes 110 AC and converts it to 12 volt DC. So you have regular 110 AC circuit breakers here, like you see at home. And of course they're all labeled, right? Then the power, this is when you're plugged into shore power, right? Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC. Over here you got some breakers and fuses here, 12 volts. So that's converting your shore power from AC to DC power. Also, this is a battery tender, right? So it will actually charge your batteries when you're plugged in. So when you're plugged in, your solar panels are going to be charging the batteries, right? Plus, this will charge it. When you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator will charge the batteries along with the solar panels, okay? So this is a battery tender, because it's semi-smart in the sense that it'll sense how much energy your batteries have. If they're topped off, it'll just trickle a couple amps up there to maintain it. If it's low, it'll send 10 or whatever you need. So, okay? And this is the carbon monoxide LP gas detector here. It should always be green like it is. If not, get it serviced. It's very important. If it goes off, it's detected carbon monoxide or LP gas. You take everybody outside, shut off the appliances, leave the door open, shut the gas off at the front, figure out what's going on, okay? Also, if it beeps very slowly, it's telling you your batteries are low. So it's actually a low battery alarm. I can put it through the test mode so you can hear it. LP is good, carbon monoxide coming up. And low battery alarm. And then back to green. It should always be green. If not, get it serviced. Now, the tone was the same. It just beeps slowly for the battery warning, okay? All right. I think that's it. Let me look around real quick. I think I've covered it all the important stuff. Yes. Okay. All right, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof. That should be part of your regular maintenance. Odds are you won't have to do anything to it for a long time, but you're inspecting it just to make sure, so you protect your investment and you're ahead of things, okay? And right now this is winterized, so there's water in the the water's been purged from the system. It's been replaced with antifreeze, and the water here. Let me see. Yeah. So it's right now it has antifreeze in it, so it's set for the rest of the winter. I know we're getting warm now, but we're right at the period where it still can get cold outside. So it is winterized. Okay. Thank you.